Welcome to the best movie and series news of the week. This time, we've got exciting details about Godzilla Kong Supernova, new insider reports on Spider-Man Brand New Day, and interesting story updates for the new Lord of the Rings film. Plus, we now know the release date for The Mummy 4. There's a star-studded cast for the Helldivers movie, and we'll tell you all about the plans for a Baldur's Gate film adaptation. So grab your popcorn and sit back. It's time for KinoCheck News. Monsterverse fans, listen up. New details about Godzilla Kong Supernova have emerged. These come from a test screening more than a year before the movie's theatrical release. It's been confirmed that Space Godzilla is indeed the antagonist of the film. This is an exceptionally powerful monster with telekinetic abilities and distinctive crystals on its body. Unfortunately, Mothra and Rodan are currently absent from Supernova. Instead, there will be the reunion with Zuko and Shimo. The mood of the film is said to be similar to that of the New Empire. Overall, the initial reactions seem to be mostly positive. Now, of course, these reports from the test screening should be taken with a grain of salt. Much could still change before the release. We're eagerly awaiting the theatrical debut of Supernova on March 26, 2027. Exciting new rumors about Spider-Man Brand New Day. According to insider Daniel Rickman, the Enforcers are likely to appear in the movie. There's at least some concept art of the villainous group, and specific names have also been mentioned. The team traditionally consists of Ox, Montana, and Fancy Dan. These hitmen stir up the New York underworld in the comics on behalf of the big man, Frederick Foswell. Also, there's a reunion in the new Spider-Man movie. Rosario Dawson is set to be returning as Claire Temple. After The Punisher, she'll be the next character from Netflix's Daredevil to make it into the MCU. It shouldn't be too long before we finally get the first trailer for Brand New Day. And with the KinoCheck app, you definitely won't miss it. You'll be among the first to see Spidey back in action. What's your hype level? Are you excited for the Enforcers to make their appearance? Or would you much rather see other characters? Let us know what you think in the comments. No doubt about it, the trailer week was dominated by the Super Bowl. There were new impressions from the Super Mario Galaxy movie, along with a first look at Minions and Monsters, and a clever spot for The Mandalorian and Grogu. But there was also fresh footage from Pixar's Hoppers and Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day. Of course, you can find all the trailers on KinoCheck, also available as a mega compilation in one video. New details on the hunt for Gollum. An insider has now shared more information about the plot of the next The Lord of the Rings film. The story takes place between Bilbo's birthday and the first meeting of the Fellowship in Rivendell. Gollum leaves his cave to search for the ring. Meanwhile, Gandalf sends Aragorn to find him. There will also be flashbacks showing Smeagol before he was corrupted by the ring. For the cast, the filmmakers are bringing back Ian McKellen as Gandalf and Elijah Wood as Frodo. Andy Serkis will direct, and of course, play Gollum again. Whether Viggo Mortensen will return as Aragorn is still uncertain. In any case, we do expect to see some CGI rejuvenation. After all, it's been 25 years since the original. Filming will begin in July 2026 in New Zealand, with the theatrical release planned for December 17th, 2027. What do you think? Are you still in the mood for Middle-earth? Finally, the release date for The Mummy 4 starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz is official. The new adventure will hit theaters on May 19th, 2028. Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, known for Scream 5 and Scream 6 in the movie Abigail, will direct. The screenplay is written by David Cogshall, known for Orphan First Kill. Details about the plot are still being kept under wraps. However, rumors have already been circulating that Dwayne Johnson will also return as the Scorpion King. The character was introduced in Part 2 in 2001 and has since appeared in numerous spin-offs. We're eagerly awaiting to see if there will be any other reunions with the original cast. But who do you think should definitely return for The Mummy 4? Let us know in the comments. The legendary role-playing game Baldur's Gate is being turned into a series. HBO has tapped Craig Mazin, the creative mind behind hits like Chernobyl and The Last of Us, as showrunner. Story-wise, the series is expected to pick up right where Baldur's Gate 3 left off. But aspects of older games from the Dungeons & Dragons universe will also be included. New characters will be introduced, but familiar characters from the game will also make an appearance. Fans can hope that popular companions like Shadowheart and Asterion will also be part of the series' plot. There's no information yet about the cast. Neither lead nor supporting roles have been cast so far, which is understandable, as the project is still in the early stages of development. But with HBO and Craig Mazin at the helm, we're confident that this could turn out to be really good. Jason Momoa will star in the upcoming Helldivers movie, and not only that, the release date has finally been confirmed. Sony Pictures and PlayStation are behind the project, and it'll be directed by Justin Lin, who you probably know from Fast and Furious and Star Trek Beyond. The script is written by Gary Dauberman, the screenwriter of the It movies. The game's story: in a dystopian future, elite soldiers known as Helldivers defend the totalitarian Super Earth and battle hostile aliens across the galaxy. Momoa's role in the film is still a secret, but he's slowly becoming an expert in video game adaptations. After a Minecraft movie, he'll soon also appear in the Street Fighter reboot. However, you will need to be patient until Helldivers hits theaters. The release date is set for November 10th, 2027. Mike Flanagan is tackling another Stephen King project. After the life of Chuck, the director is now working on a new adaptation of The Mist. Now, this story is a true classic. A small town is engulfed by a mysterious mist in which deadly creatures lurk. A group of people become trapped at a supermarket, but inside, panic and fanaticism soon make things almost more dangerous than what's outside. The novella was already adapted by Frank Darabont in 2007, famously known for its extremely dark ending. It's still unclear when Flanagan's version will be released. Currently, he's busy with a new The Exorcist film starring Scarlett Johansson and Chiwetel Ejiofor. And then there's also his dream project, a series based on Stephen King's The Dark Tower. What's your views on this? Is it a good idea for Flanagan to attempt another adaptation of The Mist? Or do you think the previous film adaptation is already perfectly adequate? Rev up your engines! It's official. A sequel to the F1 movie starring Brad Pitt is in the works. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer has now confirmed this. However, there are still many questions. A release date remains to be announced, and it's unclear whether Brad Pitt himself will return to the cockpit. But he's definitely involved in the casting process. As for the plot, there's still plenty of material left to draw on for new rivalries and drama on the track after the end of Part 1. The decision to make a sequel is hardly surprising. The first movie was a huge success, with $630 million in box office earnings and 4 Oscar nominations. And according to a KinoCheck poll, you even consider F1 by far the best film of the year, at least in terms of Oscar nominations in this category. The internet phenomenon The Backrooms is coming to the big screen, and now the first details about the story have been revealed. Renate Reinsve plays a psychologist who treats a patient who suddenly glitches out of reality without a trace. She shares the screen with Hollywood star Chiwetel Ejiofor. This project comes from the hit studio A24. It's directed by 20-year-old Kane Parsons, who himself sparked the hype surrounding the topic in 2022 with his viral Backrooms videos. Get ready for endless yellow office spaces, buzzing neon lights, and creepy creatures. Rumors suggest that this horror trip could hit theaters as early as this July. The exact release date, however, remains undisclosed for now. In our opinion, this week had a lot to offer. Do you agree? And does hearing the news put you in a good mood? Or are you feeling more uncertain? We can't wait to read your discussions in the comments section and see your likes for the video. Until next time, your KinoCheck team. And in case you missed it, here's more news that will pique your interest. New developments regarding Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Hollywood insider Jeff Snyder reveals the latest plans for the highly anticipated sequel. According to Snyder, a new main character will take center stage, the son of Jack Sparrow. Now, he's never been shown before. However, there was already a small teaser for the idea at the end of On Stranger Tides. Allegedly, the chances are good that Penelope Cruz won't be playing the mother, but Margot Robbie instead. Her planned involvement in the project has already been confirmed for some time. According to Jeff Snyder, Christy Wilson Cairns is in talks to pen the script for Pirates of the Caribbean 6. She was responsible for film 1917, for example. However, one crucial question remains unanswered. What role will Johnny Depp play? For many fans, a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Jack Sparrow is unthinkable. Last year, rumors repeatedly circulated that he would return alongside Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. But naturally, this is the kind of news many fans are eager to hear. Further production details are still unknown, but there has recently been a change in leadership at Disney, and the new executives are set to view the film as a high priority. So stay tuned to learn when the project finally picks up speed. Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes. The third installment in the film series seems to be just around the corner. Insider Daniel Rickman reports that work on the project is currently back underway. However, there will be quite a few changes to the setting. This was revealed by producer Susan Downey, the wife of the lead actor. According to her, they plan to move the story from London to America. But instead of Guy Ritchie, Dexter Fletcher will be in the director's chair this time, known for the biopic Rocket Man. The first two movies established an action-packed version of the classic detective, and each grossed over $500 million worldwide. We've now been waiting a full 15 years for Sherlock Holmes 3, and the return of Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law as Dr. Watson. However, rumors of a possible sequel have been circulating since 2011, so we should take the new reports with a grain of salt. But hey, it's still fun to dream a little, right? Naruto as a live-action film. Now the project is actually becoming a reality. According to new reports, filming is slated to begin in late 2026. The movie will be directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who's already made a name for himself with Marvel's Shang-Chi and is currently working on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Naruto creator Masashi Kishimoto is also officially involved in the development. Now, for a long time, a film adaptation was considered difficult to pull off. The main reason? Kishimoto was skeptical about the quality of Hollywood adaptations. However, his stance has since changed, likely encouraged by the success of adaptations like One Piece for Netflix. Story-wise, the movie follows the familiar journey of young Naruto. As the host of the nine-tailed fox spirit, he grows up as an outsider and fights for recognition. His ultimate goal remains unchanged. He wants to become Hokage, the strongest ninja and leader of his village. At this point, nothing is known about the cast yet, but who can you imagine playing the popular roles? We're curious to hear about your ideas.